Okay, so Eric, thank you for your time today. Can you give us, an overview of your organization as well as the work you do?
I Grow Chicken designs software solution for the poultry industry. Basically, any type of poultry. So we do grandparents, parent stock, layers, broilers, because we think in all these areas you require good information to manage your business and control your outcomes.
How do you actually support and enhance the productivity for your customers, to control their outcomes?
We do this based on we take as a base the breeder standards, and we allow them to enter data manually, so we don't require any large-scale investment. It all works on low-cost phones. The data is stored in the cloud. That will allow for people in a different location to have access to the data as well. And then by entering all your daily relevant data, we make benchmark comparisons and analysis of the data, which will identify areas of improvement.
So what can you consider as the key advantages of sharing data?
The key advantages, typically, if you look at work processes in any type of business, and poultry is no exception to that, is why do processes go wrong? Is because of lack of information at the right time. And that is actually what we try to remedy. So we want to provide the right information at the right time. So when people need it, in order for them to take action on it.
I mean, based on experience, what are some of the challenges that customers usually face with this collection and the sharing of data?
The more private information, let's say sharing of cost information or sharing of revenue information, is something that people would like to defer. So I think it all starts with trust and a common understanding that they have both something to gain by sharing their data. If they consider it a win-lose option, then people will not be interested. Let's say if you want to optimize a whole value chain that you need to be very cognizant of and make sure that all the parties contributing in that chain benefit from sharing. So also the person sort of orchestrating should have a keen eye on that, making sure that nobody is sort of, he's contributing a lot, but he's not getting anything in reward. So I think it's a matter also of balancing the effort vis-a-vis the rewards you're getting for that effort.
And do you think you can play the role of balancing that?
No, we're a facilitator to that process because there's so many value chains. We don't only focus on, let's say, the fixed value chains where you have an integration always transacting with, let's say, hatchery A and feed mill A, which is all in the same company. But we also like to facilitate the exchange of data within virtual value chain. So for a number of cycles, for the duration of a contract, we can allow parties to exchange data whilst they are operating virtually in the same integration.
And towards our sector, how do you think data sharing can be made more effective?
Effectiveness is always a challenge. I think two ways. Preferred mode would be voluntary, and that can be achieved, as I said, by people acknowledging that they all stand to gain from sharing that knowledge. And second to that, if you see relatively little movement in that area, there is a least preferred option, but that could be government intervention to make certain exchange of data compulsory, and by doing that, forcing the industry to cooperate in certain ways, because that on a national scale could bring benefits to the country, to a country, any country.
But looking at the Netherlands, for example, do you think the government would actually intervene in such a data sharing?
They might, because it depends on your objective. Because your objective could not only be for economic reasons, but your objective could also be, let's say, for welfare reasons or whatever. So in order to guarantee certain outcomes, it might require having knowledge of prior steps in the chain. So then in order to guarantee the outcome of a process, yes, that might very well be feasible.